This week, we're going to be reviewing our time on the Gibb River Road. So the last couple of episodes have been about the Gibb River, and we wanted to share some of our experiences, our thoughts, our tips about our time on the Gibb.
Yeah, so we thought we'd break it down into parts for you. It's more of a wrap-up itinerary, how much we spent, how much fuel we used, the gorges we visited, how we felt about them, that kind of stuff. So if you are short on time and don't want to watch our 2 videos, you can just quickly come to this one if you're planning. So, which direction did we travel in?
We travelled east to west.
So started at Kununurra and finished in Derby. How long did we spend?
We spent 2 weeks.
Would we change that if we were going again? Would we do 2 weeks again or not?
I guess for us it really depends. Like, that was a good time for us because we're going to probably do it again and do some other things, but we'll probably get into that a little bit later on.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks this time was perfect for us. We wouldn't change it.
We also had plans to be elsewhere. That's why we sort of only did 2 weeks. That was the time we had to think. And look, if I was doing it on a 12-month lap and that was the only time I was going to do the Gibb, I'd probably allow 3 weeks.
Yeah, if you can.
So that you can do all the gorges, do the offshoots, do all that sort of stuff as well as have a couple of rest days. But I would do 2 weeks again if we would do it if and when we do it again. All right, so with fuel, we filled up in Kununurra. Before we started, and that was a full tank, completely full tank there.
Full tank, made sure the jerrys were full, ready to go.
Yep. And then the second place we filled up at was the Mount Barnett Roadhouse, which is approximately halfway along the Gibb.
Yeah.
And we spent $349.50 in Kununurra.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember exactly how much it was per litre, but that's going to change anyway.
Yep.
And we spent $419.17 at Mount Barnett Roadhouse.
I do remember that it was definitely cheaper at Kununurra, and it is more expensive on the Gibb. You expect to pay more.
Of course.
It's just part of being in a really remote area.
Campsites. So we did 13 nights free,
and
we paid for 1 night, and that was at the Mount Barnett station.
Yep.
So the Manning Gorge campground there, and that was $50 for 1 night.
Yep.
And that also included our gorge walk fee. Gorge fees.
Yeah.
So a few of the gorges are on private land, so you pay a day pass or whatever to go there. So Manning Gorge, if you don't stay at the campground, Manning Gorge,
it's $20 for the pass for the day to do the gorge.
El Castro. So El Castro on their land is El Castro, Emma, Amalia, and Zebedee Springs.
Yep.
And we paid for a 1-day pass, which was
$60
for the family. Food.
Yep.
So we did a bit of a top up at Kununurra, which was mainly just what they took off us at the border of Western Australia, and a few other things that we needed. But we had a relatively full fridge and pantry before.
We'd done a pretty big shop in Catherine.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we generally top up the things we need as we go and don't let the fridge and the pantry get low anyway.
Exactly.
But, top up at Kununurra.
Yep. And we had lunch at Mount Barnett Roadhouse, and that was it. That's all we did. We didn't go and do the scones and all of that sort of stuff.
I baked brownies.
Yeah.
For us instead of doing the scones.
That's what we wanted to do, so that's what we did. So the food top-up was $198.65.
Yep.
And the lunch at Mount Barnett was $124.50.
Yep.
So the total of that was all of everything, so fuel, camping fees, gorge fees, and food, came to $1,201.82.
Yep.
So that's
our total of 2 weeks.
Total for 2 weeks on the Gibb. So,
the very first night before we started the Gibb, we did the free 24-hour camp. What was that called?
The Cockburn Ranges Rest Area.
Ranges Rest Area.
Something like that.
We stayed there for the night before we started the Gibb, and then
which is only literally 8 minutes from the start of the Gibb if you're coming from Kununurra.
Yeah.
So then once we hit the Gibb, our first camp was the Pentecost River, which was free. We had planned to only stay there 2 nights. We enjoyed it so much we stayed 4 nights.
Yep.
Even though it's on a river, you can't swim. It's
not advised. Don't advise it myself either.
It's full of crocs. But it's also full of barra, apparently. So we didn't get anything.
No. Tried a few days, throwing the line in.
Typical us.
Nothing.
The second place we stayed was Hahn River, which was also a free camp. We stayed there for 3 nights. You can swim.
Yep.
We literally did...
Was it 3 or was it 4 including the one we stayed at the top?
That was 3 nights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did 1 and then 2.
Okay.
We actually didn't get into a spot, so we had to stay up the road almost, if you like, up the track from the river.
Yep.
And then when those people left, we jumped in that spot there.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to take what you can get, especially free camping, and we did get into that camp quite later in the afternoon. It was like 3:30, almost 4 o'clock possibly.
Yeah, so we just grabbed
we grabbed what we could.
Grabbed a piece of dirt.
And this lovely couple that was down in a beautiful spot came up and said, "Oh, hey guys, if you're planning on staying a bit longer, we're going to go on tomorrow. If you want our spot, we're going at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, just back on down." And we did. And it was fantastic.
It was
beautiful.
So good. Yeah. And then the third place that we stayed at was the Manning Gorge campground at Mount Barnett Station.
Yep.
So that was $50 for 1 night. Again, includes the Gorge pass. However, it has amenities. You can swim there. It's a beautiful spot to swim. Lovely. It has a rope swing.
Yep.
It's the start of the Gorge walk, so it makes life easy if you're already there.
Yep.
The sites are not powered, no water, anything like that. And there's no specific site, so you just go and find a piece of dirt to park on, and that's easy.
They do have water at the roadhouse before you drive into the campground, so you can fill up there if you need water.
And you can do that for free. The next place was just a gravel pit. Gravel pit was free.
Love a gravel pit.
It was also across the road from Galvin's Gorge, which was really cool. It was good for an overnight. It's also really good for if Galvin's Gorge car park is really full. You can park there as an overflow. It's literally across the road.
Especially if you've got a long rig and there's a lot of cars and other rigs parked in there. Yeah. There's another car park.
Next night was a gravel pit, free. It was good for Bell Gorge. It was at the turn off to Bell Gorge up that road.
Yep.
So it's at the end there. Lots of room. Again, great for an overnighter. There's nothing there. But
beautiful view there.
Beautiful view. But nothing else. Just gravel. And then the last place that we stayed was the Leonard River Rest Area.
Yep.
Again, was free. There is lots of room, although there wasn't lots of room when we got there.
Once again, it was quite late in the day. We tried a couple of other spots before we got there, and we took whatever we could. And then the next day, heaps of people cleared out. So we upgraded our spot.
Got a better spot. That's just what you have to do sometimes if you're going to free camp along the Gibb.
Yep.
But yeah, lots of room. Good for Winjana Gorge. Good for Tunnel Creek. It also marks the end of the dirt road if you're travelling west, or the start of the dirt road if you're travelling east. We did 7 of them. We have given them a ranking. We had decided to sort of say what the ranking was, but that's going to take so long. So chuck a table up here of how we ranked them. We did in order of how easy or hard the walk was, whether you can swim or whether the swimming was good, and was it worth it, or would we do it again?
Yep.
So I think the easiest was probably Winjana and the hardest was probably Manning.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
All right. So the road conditions is a really hard one to answer because it changes so much.
Yeah.
So we went through in June.
For us,
Yeah, we found there was plenty of corrugations still.
yeah, it wasn't definitely not the roughest road, and,
Oh.
and probably one of the better of the
Unsealed roads
we've
driven.
driven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. There were, the road up to Bell Gorge was not
Yes, that
nice.
was the
It's probably the
roughest
worst
part.
But
Yeah.
then we've also heard since we've been of people breaking lots of things on their caravan
Yes.
recently. But then also we went through not long after the grader went through. So there's that.
But also, we'd done a couple of pretty rough tracks beforehand leading up to. We'd done the Udinadatta and we'd done the Marini Loop, so we kind of prepared for the worst.
Over-prepared.
Prepared the van, prepared our truck, made sure it was like, yep, all right, well, we've heard bad things about the Gibb. We're over-prepared, and
It worked.
it worked.
Yeah. The river crossings. All of the river crossings on the main road, on the Gibb River Road,
Yep.
are all either sealed concrete or proper rocky bottoms. There
Yeah.
is no bogging on
should not be getting
river.
bogged.
You shouldn't be getting bogged on river crossings on the Gibb River Road.
Yep.
There are a couple of spots where the rocks have fallen and made pits, and we know of a couple who actually cracked the rim on their van before we went through. So we knew about that. We knew that we had to steer clear of that.
Yep.
Look, if you're taking river crossings slowly, like you should be doing,
Yep.
and keeping an eye out, you shouldn't have any
That's
issues.
right. If you can't see the bottom and you can't see what's in front of you, you should be going at a crawling pace. If you haven't walked it, crawl through it, and then once you're through, you can accelerate again. If you're smashing through it like it's a road,
You might get hurt.
problems.
Yeah, you're gonna have a bad time.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Tire pressures,
Yep. So we dropped down to half of our road pressures.
which I think is a safe
It's a safe,
way to go.
generalization for cars,
'Cause
trucks.
obviously-
We drive a truck. It's going to be
Yeah.
different for us compared to a car. But if you go to half of whatever your normal road pressures are and then make a decision, it's still a bit rough. Drop a little bit
Yeah.
more, take another 5 out. Or we're doing all right. I can maybe go up a little bit. Yeah, but start with half on a unsealed road, I think.
Yeah, half your road pressures. That's what we did. It got us the whole way through, and it was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. What broke?
Nothing.
Yay!
Nothing that wasn't already broken anyway.
Yeah, that's right. It actually surprised us.
Yeah.
That it was how good it was, I suppose. Would we tow a caravan along the Gibb River Road again?
Well, we had absolutely no problems towing our 23-foot van, so we would have no problem towing it again.
Yeah, it was great. Also, a bit of a disclaimer, when we went through Kalumburu and Mitchell Falls were both closed at the time because it was still soon after the wet season. So,
Yeah.
would we do it again?
Yes.
100%. I mean, we kind of have to do it with them. We can't leave them anywhere.
Yeah. I know that there's places that do pet sitting. I wonder if there's anyone who does kid sitting.
If anybody knows of kid sitting, let us know in the comments. Nah, they were good.
And they had a great time.
They did. They really enjoyed it. There was a lot of reluctance.
Before doing some of the
Yeah.
walks. But once we actually got them out there, they always said, "Oh, this is the best day ever. Oh,
Yeah.
we've had such a good time." So
What was your favourite gorge?
my favourite gorge was El Castro Gorge. I loved being able to walk through the actual river itself.
Yeah.
We only went to halfway there, but it was absolutely, without a doubt, some of the best gorge walking any of the gorges. Well, absolutely any of the gorges we
Yeah.
did.
We also
Ask the kids.
thought we'd ask the kids which gorge was their favourite. All right, Elijah, what was your favourite gorge on the Gibb River Road?
Manning Gorge was my favourite because we got to jump off the rock and the walk was fun because I got to talk with everyone and get to be with you guys.
Be cute. Rubes, what was your favourite gorge on the Gibb River Road?
Maybe El Castro because of its short walk. My favourite gorge was Bell and El Castro.
Yeah, why did you like Belle?
because I got to slide down the rocks, but it was a bit slimy. I still liked it if it was slimy.
Yeah.
Hardest gorge.
I think the hardest so again, it's a toss up between two. I think Manning was the hardest for the length of it.
Yeah. Is that a 5K
I think it's
hike?
like 5.2 or
Yeah.
5.4 or something. It's not exactly 5, but it's the longest
Yes.
that we did. And it is mostly flat, but there is quite a rock scramble at
There's
the
a bit
end.
of rock scrambling as well, but
And-
it's just very, very long.
And there's no shade at all. So if
Yeah.
you're doing it in the heat of the day,
Yeah.
make sure you take enough water. Oh my goodness. And then probably also Emma you are just rock scrambling almost
of
the
it.
entire time.
Absolutely.
You are actually climbing rock.
Yeah.
But it's worth it at the end.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. The easiest gorge?
I thought, the easiest is probably
Winjana.
a toss up between Winjana and Galvin's. Galvin's is a little bit of rock scrambling. Winjana is literally just
You
you
walk
can push
in.
a wheelchair through it, and
Yeah.
it's nothing.
Yeah.
But you can't swim, so
No,
Is it
that's-
hard? That makes it harder because you don't get the reward.
Yeah, that's right. That is so true. But, a toddler could walk that.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, it was good. And short.
What was your biggest surprise, Amy?
My biggest surprise, I think, was how much blacktop there is.
Yeah.
It was it was crazy. So we bought a Hammer map that I think must be out of date now because we sort of used that as our basis of where is the blacktop and where is the dirt road and
planning
all that
our
stuff.
camping spots for
Yeah.
gorges and
So
etc. etc.
we used that, but obviously they've put tar down recently
Yeah, quite possibly.
because on the map it says that it should be unsealed and it wasn't.
Straight after the Pentecost.
Yeah,
And it wasn't
so-
until like Home
Valley.
Valley Station.
Yeah, so the Pentecost, a lot of people go, that marks the end of the blacktop and you keep going. It's not. It actually continues. If you're heading west, it actually continues for another 11 kilometres
Yep.
after the
We
Pentecost.
recorded it exactly on our phones to say, yep, it's exactly 11
11
kilometres.
kilometres. And then, yeah, from Leonard River
Yep.
all the way to, that's it.
Yeah, that's the last dirt is when you cross the Leonard River. And then from that point all the way to Derby, it's blacktop
Blacktop.
as well,
That
which
was
on
so-
our maps it said it was segments of unsealed and sealed, but
Yeah.
now it's all just blacktop
Sealed.
the whole time.
What was your biggest surprise, Steve-O?
The number of people in a relatively remote area.
Yeah.
There's so many people. There's intrepid tours and there's
Yeah.
hundreds of caravans. As I said, even though a lot of people said how quiet it was to previous times they've done the Gibb, I was surprised how many people were there.
Yeah, I think that it's probably the one place I didn't expect to see so many people just
Yeah.
because of how remote it is or
Yeah.
how remote it can be. But we saw as many people there as we saw anywhere.
Else. It's kind of like going back to the blacktop and I guess the number of people as well. It's kind of a bit, I don't know, a little bit disappointing in a way that this iconic off-grid adventure is kind of being watered down so much.
It lost its charm a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much blacktop. You kind of go, oh, it's not that I want to break something, but I'd like to be very surprised that I didn't.
Yeah.
And when you've got so many other people and you're competing for some beautiful camp spots, takes away a little bit of the charm. A little bit.
Yeah.
Still great though. What would you do differently? I probably want to go the opposite direction.
Yeah, go west to east
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah.
Just for something different, but also I think it's the better way to do it.
Yeah, even something so small as the creek names are all only facing the west to east direction.
Yeah.
So every time we were crossing a creek, I would
Looking
be
back.
like, oh, what's
What
that?
was that?
But yeah.
Also, I kind of felt, as we were going east, I felt like the road progressively got a little bit worse.
Yeah.
And I felt like the gorges, I didn't enjoy the gorges as much as I did the last one,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. the swimming gorges are all towards the
Eastern
east
side.
rather than the west. So
Yeah.
kind of we got over to the end and it's like, oh, we've had all the fun. Yeah, sure, Winjana's nice to walk around and see the crocs. We actually first saw our crocs there. And Tunnel Creek is nice to go through, but
Yeah.
it's not really a place to swim.
No, I wouldn't swim
Yeah.
in there. I didn't even go in there.
I'm glad we didn't have to swim through there.
Yeah. If we were going to do it again, what would we do differently?
Well, I wouldn't do Tunnel Creek again.
No.
It was scary enough with head torches and phone torches and complete darkness, and we only had to walk at waist deep water. People have said that they've had to swim
In overhead height water.
pitch black darkness. I don't think that's fun, and I don't think the kids would have enjoyed that at all. So, no thanks.
Little disclaimer for Tunnel Creek. We were not prepared enough for Tunnel Creek. We kind of went, oh, it can't be that dark. It is pitch black. Can't see your hand in front of your face.
Yep.
Black. It is so dark. And we had 2 head torches and phone lights. Yep. That was it for 5 people. And 1 head torch battery was dying. So I would have every single person with a head torch and then maybe even some handhelds.
Lamps or something. Yep.
Because you can't see the ground you're walking on. So you don't know. And there was a crocodile in there.
Yeah.
When we went through.
We didn't even see it because we couldn't.
Which is so scary to think about. But anyway. And the last thing that I think I would do differently is I would go with friends next time.
Yeah.
Or travel buddies. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. It was awesome. But when we met people and we were there at the Gorge with that was more fun, and the kids had fun with new friends, and I think doing it with a crew would just be next level good.
Icing on the cake.
Yeah.
And the next time we do it, definitely do the ones we didn't do this time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I not say that?
No, that's all right.
Yeah. So we would go back and we would do Adcock Gorge, Amalia Gorge, Zebedee Springs.
Go up to Mitchell Falls,
Yeah.
go to Kalumburu.
Yeah.
Do all that.
Was there another one? No, I think that might be it.
Zebedee and Amali. Maybe do some of the stations.
Yeah, maybe do some of the stations just to have the experience.
Yeah, just to do something different.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe go and get the scones next time.
I do pretty good scones.
Don't go outside, Steve. It's windy.
It actually is.
I know. My final thought is for me, it's been the highlight of our travels to date.
Yeah.
Since we've left.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Definitely.
I think it's probably been the highlight so far.
Yep. We will definitely go back.
Definitely go
do
back.
what we want to do. Like we've said multiple times, Kalumburu, Mitchell Falls, all the gorges we didn't.
We're fortunate enough that we are not doing just a lap, and we can go, oh, look, we've done a little bit, got a taste.
Yeah.
And there's enough there that we go, oh, I want to go back. I want to eat more. So,
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Do what we haven't done.
Yes. And the other thing was our aim, not intentionally, I don't think, but our aim kind of was do the Gibb as cheap as possible.
Yeah. Lots of people say, oh, there's like some of the camp spots there are hundreds of dollars a night. For
no power.
And you kind of go,
why?
Why when I can go and do it for nothing?
Yeah.
Or next to nothing. Well, not next to nothing, but quite cheaply. I think anyway.
Yeah, yeah. And look, that's us. We like to, we built this whole big setup so that we could free camp and stay off grid and all that. And I hope it doesn't come across like we're tight asses, because that's not the case at all. I'm
a little bit of a tight ass.
Oh, 100% you are. I'm not. But we built the setup and paid for the setup so that, because I know a lot of people go, oh my goodness, you have a huge expensive setup and you can't even pay for site fees and all that sort of stuff. It's not the case. The whole point of building this was so that we can free camp.
Yeah.
So that we don't have to.
Don't like to be crammed in so much sometimes.
Oh, that too. Yeah. I don't like to be crammed in like sardines.
No.
We try and steer clear of those places as much as
like
possible.
To be close to people, but just
not too close. On top of them.
Yeah.
I don't want to stick my window out and touch their van.
Yeah.
Or their car. Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
If I wanted to do
Well,
that.
some people do, but not us.
If I wanted to do that, I wouldn't have left suburbia.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, and
Did we achieve it cheap as possible? We could have done it cheaper.
yeah, we could have not had lunch at Mount Barnett Roadhouse.
Course.
We could have.
But that was one of the best burgers I've ever eaten. If there's one recommendation I have is go and have a burger there.
Yeah.
The Barnett burger was sensational.
Yeah, absolutely. The chips, everyone says, oh, they're the best chips ever. They are the best chips ever. I'm a bit of a chippy fiend, and they were very good.
Yep.
So, yeah, disclaimer, we went through in June 2026.
Yep.
So, it was very close after the wet season.
Yeah,
Not,
they'd had a little bit of a late wet season, so
yeah, not a lot of stuff had opened up
Yep.
before we went through. So,
unfortunately.
but yeah, that's our time on the Gibb River Road. It was lots of fun doing it. We will absolutely do it again.
Yep.
We highly recommend you guys do it. If you have any questions that we didn't answer in the video, chuck them in the comments below and we will answer them. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next
Have a
week.
great night.